In this video, we are going to exploring the mysterious disappearance of Alissa Turney, a case full of secrets. And second true story is about the mysterious death of Kendrick Johnson, a case that makes no sense. Watch the video till the end and express your opinion in the comment section. She left a voicemail saying she was running away, but she was never seen again. Her room was left untouched, her purse, her clothes, even her bank account, never used again. The police ruled it a runaway case, but was it really that simple? Years later, her younger sister uncovered disturbing secrets, and the truth was more horrifying than anyone imagined. May 17, 2001, Alissa Turney, a 17-year-old high school junior, was excited for summer break. That morning, she went to school like any other day, planning to hang out with friends later. But she never made it to those plans. Instead, she vanished without a trace. That evening, her stepfather, Michael Turney, told the family that Alissa had run away. He showed them a note left in her room. It said she was going to California. At first, it seemed believable. Alissa had always talked about moving to California one day. But something wasn't right. She left behind her purse, her clothes, and even her phone. Alissa never contacted her friends. She never called her family. She was just gone. And then something even stranger happened. Her sister received a voicemail from Alissa's phone. In a shaky voice, she said she was running away, but it sounded off scripted. Was someone forcing her to say this? Or was it an old recording used to stage her disappearance? For years, the case remained cold. Police believed she left on her own. But then, her younger sister, Sarah Turney, started asking questions. She trusted her father, but when she started digging, she uncovered a terrifying truth. Michael Turney had thousands of hours of home surveillance tapes. He claimed he had video proof of Alissa leaving, but when police asked for it, he said it was gone. Why would a man who records everything suddenly lose the most important footage? Before she disappeared, Alissa told friends and teachers something disturbing. She said she felt unsafe at home. She hated living with her stepfather. One of her teachers even reported it to Child Protective Services. But nothing was done. And then, just as Alissa was gaining more independence, she vanished. In 2008, 7 years later, police finally searched Michael Turney's house. Inside, they found something shocking: 26 pipe bombs and a stash of illegal weapons. They also found a 98-page manifesto where Michael claimed the government kidnapped Alissa. He was arrested, but not for Alissa's disappearance. He was charged with domestic terrorism instead. For years, Alissa's sister Sarah refused to stay silent. She turned to social media, TikTok, YouTube, podcasts, to tell Alissa's story. Millions of people listened. The pressure forced police to reopen the case. Finally, in 2020, nearly 20 years later, Michael Turney was arrested for Alissa's murder. But in 2023, he was acquitted. Once again, there was no justice for Alissa. To this day, Alissa's body has never been found. Did Michael Turney really kill her? And if so, where is she? Why did he suddenly lose the security footage? Why was her case ignored for so long? Alissa Turney's family is still waiting for justice. A healthy teenager walked into his school gym and never walked out. The next day, his lifeless body was found inside a rolled-up gym mat. Police ruled it an accident, saying he fell in while reaching for his shoes. But what if that was a lie? His family believes he was murdered, and the truth? It's far more terrifying than anyone expected. January 10, 2013, Kendrick Johnson, a 17-year-old student, went to school like any other day. That afternoon, he went to the old gym to grab his sneakers. But something strange happened. He never came out. Night fell, and his parents began to worry. Kendrick never missed curfew. The next morning, students noticed something strange. a rolled-up gym mat with feet sticking out. Someone peered inside and screamed. Inside, head first, was Kendrick Johnson, lifeless, motionless, and in a position that made no sense. The police arrived and within hours called it an accident. The official story: Kendrick was reaching for his shoes, got stuck, and suffocated. But when his parents saw his body, they knew something was terribly wrong. His face was swollen, bruised, and unrecognizable. His mother screamed, "My baby didn't die in no accident. Somebody beat him to death." His family demanded a second autopsy, and what they found was horrifying. Kendrick's internal organs were missing. His brain, his heart, his lungs all gone. Instead, his body was stuffed with newspaper. Who took his organs? Why? And why didn't anyone have answers? Lowndes High School had over 30 cameras, but the moment Kendrick disappeared, the footage was gone. The tapes showed Kendrick walking into the gym, but never walking out. Even stranger, the footage was heavily edited, timestamps missing, frames deleted. Was it just a technical error, or was someone hiding the truth? Kendrick's parents refused to stay silent. They knew their son was murdered. They demanded investigations, they held protests, but the authorities shut them down. The more they searched, the more they found, and the more dangerous things became. In 2016, the case was closed. The police refused to investigate further. But Kendrick's parents never stopped fighting. They pushed for a reopening, and finally, in 2021, the case was re-examined. Yet once again, no one was charged. No arrests were made. No justice for Kendrick. To this day, Kendrick's death remains a mystery. Was it truly an accident? Or was there a cover-up to protect someone powerful? Who deleted the security footage? Why were his organs removed? And why won't anyone give real answers? Kendrick Johnson's family is still waiting for justice. Will they ever get it? If Kendrick's death wasn't an accident, then who was responsible? Some believe it was a case of bullying gone too far. Others think it involved powerful figures covering up a crime. A few names have been whispered in online communities, but without proof they remain just that, whispers. And then there's the missing footage. Some say it was intentionally deleted, but why? What if the real story was buried, just like the missing security tapes? Kendrick's parents didn't just lose their son, they became targets. They received threats, strange phone calls, as if someone wanted them to stop asking questions. At one point, their house was even broken into. Was someone trying to scare them into silence? Sadly, Kendrick Johnson isn't the only one. Other mysterious deaths have been ruled as accidents, despite glaring inconsistencies. Cases where families were ignored, where security footage went missing, where justice was denied. How many more cases like Kendrick's are out there? And how many will remain unsolved? Despite everything, Kendrick's family refuses to stop fighting. They want the world to remember Kendrick, to demand justice, to ask the hard questions that no one else will. Will you be one of the people who forgets, or one of the people who keeps his story alive? What happened to Kendrick Johnson? We may never know the full truth. But one thing is certain, his life mattered, and so does the fight for justice. If you found this story important, share it. Keep asking questions, and never let the truth be buried.